Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is Fear the Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 7. More bold predictions. If you guys remember, we did a bold prediction of this particular episode about a week ago, I guess, because we were going into the off week. And we're going to amp it up just a little bit more. Thanks to all of you. Appreciate you being here on a Friday night. This is kind of a special broadcast that we're doing. We don't broadcast every Friday night, so this will be a little bit of fear and a little bit of freestyle Friday. We're going to try to keep it about 30 minutes. I know all the Walking Dead streams throughout the week have been an hour, hour and 10 minutes, hour and 15 minutes, but a lot of people are out. They're spending family night. They're doing things, and you know, we just figured we'd throw something together because we haven't talked fear in a little while, and we do have this episode coming up. Also, as a reminder, we will be streaming Sunday morning at noon. We're going to have our what-if scenarios, and then we will also have our Fear the Walking Dead countdown at 8. We'll do our reactions after Fear the Walking Dead, and then we're also going to get back to our recaps. So next week should be a more normal week. Thanks. I appreciate everybody being here. I see Rick Fisher in the house, super chatting right out of the gate, says, missed the fam. So thanks, Rick. We missed you too. Glad that we can have you in here live. The one thing that is nice about doing some of these Friday streams is that people work different schedules. Some people are off Friday night, and this might be the only stream they get a chance to watch. So we've been all over the place, and I think I have seen some people in streams this week that we don't get to see on a regular basis. So thank you so much. We're going to do more bold predictions. I know there was a lot of speculation that Madison was in the ambulance and maybe that was her. No, that's not correct, because we actually saw the first couple minutes of Fear the Walking Dead this weekend and answered a lot of questions, but it created even more questions for me. I'm a little picky, so I'll talk about a couple of those things in the first couple minutes, but then we're going to get into the what is really going to go down this week. So there will be some, not spoilers, but strong predictions that I think are going to be pretty close to accurate. So if you haven't seen the first couple minutes and you don't know what's going on, you might want to sneak out the door right now and wait. But if you want to talk spoilers and predictions, I don't know any other way to say it. I guess it's a combination of the two. Then stick around and we'll get into that in 1 second. Valar, what's going on, Valar? Valar says, hello, 99 Army, Kill Steph, Emmy Kales, Bree, Sweet Tom, sponsors, and Patreons. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. And also, I didn't mention that just a little bit ago, but we will be back with our Thursday Thrones next Thursday night. We kind of put that on the shelf this week because there's so much Walking Dead stuff out there. So let's get to it. Let's talk a little bit about this week's episode. So in the first couple minutes, the one thing I want to say, and I am a little bit, picky is the only thing that I can say. The way they were lined up, Mel had a direct shot, and the Vultures had a pretty direct shot as well. I don't know if they're going to show how they move into position, because when I saw the first couple minutes, it's like, wait a minute, now they're all behind cars. How did that happen? I don't even know if they're going to show it happening, but it looked like Mel and company had them right out in the open and could have just kind of gunned them down. But that's not the way this will start out. Looks like it starts out with everybody sort of being behind some automobile. So there's a little bit of how did they do it, at least in my mind. We also, one of the big question marks from last week or 2 weeks ago was whether John would die. Is he hanging on by a thread? John made it. So John's laying there, and John actually says to Naomi, I got your note. So he's not going to let her off the hook. She basically said, I love you, and now John has gotten what he wanted. He's stalked her all the way around Texas. He met back up with her, and all he's got to do is live now, because what's she going to say? Just kidding? No, I think there's some mutual feelings there. So Morgan actually breaks the ice a little bit and says, I'm his friend, and Naomi has to do something. So she starts running out. She needs to get these medical packs out of the ambulance. And in doing so, Mel and group, they've been firing, they've been missing. It is like unbelievable how many times, I counted like at least 5 times, maybe more, where someone would be taking cover behind a car. They'd move around, shoot, miss, turn around, and then on the other side, one of the Vultures would come around behind the car, shoot, miss, turn around. Then Alicia, shoot, miss, turn around. It happened like 4 or 5 times. Then Alicia gets somebody right in the heart. So Alicia takes somebody down. Now, last week, we know her aim was suspect. Her aim over during the off week, she must have really, really been practicing her target practice because she has 2 big hits. The one hit is she takes one of the dudes out, and then she gets cocky. She's like, "Cover me, Strand," and then he's like, "No, no, no." You know, he pulls her back because she's getting way too out of hand there. One lucky score, but then Naomi goes running after the ambulance, and Mel happens to get in the ambulance, and Mel says something that is there's a few things that are said here that really kind of hit home with me. Mel says to Naomi as she's trying to, get to the ambulance, he goes, "I thought you got it, Naomi." So it does look like she might have surrendered to him. I don't think that they've been around each other too long, but I'm also going to tie that in with another bold prediction because I saw a little bit of a sneak peek and I watched it super, super slow. So Alicia, at some point in this episode, is sitting beside Charlie, and Charlie is talking to someone on the radio. Now, Charlie says, "Where are you?" So doesn't that kind of lead you to believe that maybe, as much as a few of us fought it, maybe Naomi is Charlie's mom? Who else would she be talking to if Mel just blew up in the ambulance? Oh, sorry. If you didn't see that yet, I didn't tell you that part. I'm skipping all around, but stick with me. We're going to go fast with this one. So as Naomi is going to the ambulance, Mel says that, but then he drives away. Well, Alicia shoots like a grenade launcher and blows it up. She does not miss with the grenade launcher, and that's what I said. So last week she couldn't hit anything except John. This week, the first few shots, she couldn't hit anybody, but once she got that one vulture, it got her confidence up. And there's this scene like Gunsmoke where Naomi, the ambulance blows up, Naomi's down like, "Oh my God, I can't get the med pack," and here's Alicia just standing there with the rocket launcher down by her side, just like she's Matt Dillon or something. Very epic. Check that out, watch it, because the acting I thought was amazing, and the visual was just really, really good. So, back to the question. Now, you're pretty much caught up with most things that are going to happen. Now we're going to get into a little bit of the prediction and the speculation. So, if Mel is on fire, if Mel is gone, and Naomi doesn't have the med pack, Naomi may have had to leave to help John somehow. So wouldn't that make sense that Charlie is talking to Naomi with the walkie-talkie? Kel's like, "Who's Matt Dillon?" I'm not talking about there's something about Mary Matt Dillon. I'm talking about Gunsmoke Matt Dillon, like, Wild West Matt Dillon. All right. At this point, we're just going to get a few thoughts on Charlie and Naomi. I think there's some credence to it. So Tanya Docksader said, "I said way back when that Naomi..." Yeah, you did, and other people did. And I know I was very late adopter because I didn't feel like there was enough visual evidence. So now I think there is more visual evidence. But it does seem to make a little bit of sense because Mel says to Naomi, "I thought you got it." I mean, like, you're on board with what we're doing here. That the daughter could have been leverage. Drama King says, Kills, I still think Charlie is her child. If Charlie is not talking to Naomi, who would Charlie be talking to? Could know Naomi from the FEMA place. Doesn't have to be her daughter. Valid point. But I don't think she's talking to Madison. Well, DDA, what would be the connection between Charlie and Madison? Or Deborah Mooney, either one? That's kind of what I wanted to strike down. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it's hard for me to understand why Charlie would be talking to Madison. Where are you? That I can buy. eBeach72 says, whatever happens, that not trusting Naomi. Yeah, she's went back and forth way too much for me as well. So another thing that I saw from the first couple minutes, well, Morgan actually saves Charlie as well. So what's going to be interesting this week is how everybody pairs off. They're going to get split up again. So here is super bold prediction. I made this prediction last week and I'm sticking by it 100%. I'm going to say Luciana is going to try to kill Charlie. And Morgan is going to stop it from happening. Because I did also see Charlie say to Morgan, why did you save me? So, to me, that's like a perfect fit to the puzzle. Luciana's lost it. She lost Nick. Charlie shot Nick. She wants revenge. I think Morgan's going to stop that. So, looks like the crowd pretty much agrees with that. I'm also going to go bold prediction. It's probably not that bold of a prediction. I'm going to say Mel does not make it out of the burning ambulance. I'm going to say Mel dies. Well, maybe she's not saving her from Lucy. I mean, but it looks like the vultures are kind of splitting up. Oh, E-Beach, this isn't just a woman. This is Luciana. I think she's out for blood. So I'm saying Mel is gone. Other people are coming on board saying, yes, Mel definitely dies. It just doesn't look like he got out of that. And remember, when we thought it was Madison, the same thing. We thought Madison was going to die. So whoever's in that ambulance, I think that ambulance is gone. Don't make Alicia shoot again. If Alicia shoots at the ambulance a second time, she might take out Althea's tank, because you just never know where her aim is going to lead her to. One shot's enough. One good shot is enough, Alicia. Please, no more. What's weird about this is the vultures are weak. The vultures didn't, and here's another little bit of dialogue that I thought was very, very interesting. So Mel and company are shooting at Strand. Okay, who are they shooting at? Strand, Alicia, Luciana, Morgan. Naomi's probably kind of neutral. They don't know what to think about her. And there's multiple vultures. There must be 15 or 20. So as they keep shooting and keep missing, one of the vultures says to, or actually, Mel's like, we got to get out of here. wait a minute. There's 3 times as many as you as there is of them, and Mel's panicking. So that shows me that the vultures are not used to killing. They're not used to these showdowns. So when Mel turns around and starts running, one of the vultures says to him, and I quote, "I thought you said we could take them." Well, I might be ad-libbing a little bit, but anyway, that's basically what he said. So it's almost as if Mel, they don't have the swagger that the Saviors had. Nobody would turn around to Negan and say, "I thought you said we could take them." You're either going to take them or you're going to die trying. Well, Mel is bolting. So the fact that Mel did do something to the stadium, we don't know what it is, that Mel doesn't appear to be a killer, that they're firing and they can't hit anything, and Mel is turning and running when he has 3 times the resources as the other people, and his people seem to be concerned that they can't fight this small group of people, shows me that the vultures are not a viable enemy. Not what we thought they were going to be. All right, I'm going to get to a super chat here. We got Jimmy's jamming with a super chat and says, if Alicia goes all out Rick Grimes, they could all be killed. You mean Alicia taking out all the vultures? Yeah, I just don't think her aim is that good, Jimmy. And I don't know them well enough to even know what a surrender would do at this point. And then the bigger question, and I don't have a prediction for this just yet. What is making Alicia go so ballistic at this point that she's the one doing all the killing? When we still don't know what happened to Madison. They have to be, Tommy V. The vultures are a red herring for a bigger villain. They have to be. Because there's nothing about the vultures that are powerful, I guess. They were creepy. I thought that there were some good things that could happen with them. With the whole circus and the clown thing. That was pretty impressive. I actually got some cold chills when they first pulled up that first time. But the more you see them out there cooking out and what they're trying to do, even if they released all the walkers on the stadium, well, anybody could do that. All right, I do have a couple more points. Like I said, we're going to try to keep this right around 30 minutes, so I do want to get some of your comments in here. But I have to ask you, and I chose this picture because it had a lot of different possibilities that we could talk about. I know Drama, I know Kel are going to say check the tapes. All right. First of all, somebody just blew me away with an amazing super chat. Number one. Number two, that is absolutely hilarious. I mean, absolutely. So, you get points for creativity. That just blows my mind. So, even before we get to that, Mel Vulture. So we have a brand new listener, Mel Vulture, who says, "Love your channel, but I think we're more than creepy. Little respect." So you know what? That is a perfect time to make that a super chat spotlight. So I'm going to throw it out to the group, and let's give a little respect to Mel Vulture. What happens to the vultures if Mel dies in that burning ambulance? Enos is gone. Mel is gone. Are the vultures a subgroup of a bigger group? Or do they just go away and Alicia's group gets the upper hand and they fought off their first... we thought this group was going to be something crazy. Madison could still be held captive somewhere. Kel says she doesn't think Mel dies. I hope Mel doesn't die because this new viewer, Mel Vulture, is cracking me up. That is pretty awesome stuff. So how many people think our brand new super chatter, Mel Vulture, is not going to make it past this episode? Well, 2 people agree. Naomi could have Madison hid out somewhere. Or Naomi knows where Madison is. That's a possibility. Gina says dead as a doornail. No respect. I mean, could he have done the stop, drop, and roll? The only thing I'll say is it hit the back of the ambulance, but I don't know. Let me throw this question out to the expert himself, to Mel Vulture. So Mel Vulture, if you're driving an ambulance and Alicia gets a lucky shot with a grenade launcher, and you really don't know that's happening, so you have a millisecond or a second to react, would that give you, as the driver of the ambulance, time to open the door and roll out and maybe roll away to safety? Melissa B says, I hope Mel sticks around. He's hot. You know, they could have done something with him, right? Probably has the best hair in the history of The Walking Dead. All right. Well, there you have it. So I'm going to have to go with the expert. Mel says just enough time. So apparently Mel is not going to die, and he's going to be able to regroup. I do have a follow-up, though. With 18 to 20 people against 6, any particular reason why the vultures would be retreating? Well, you know what? I might even answer that. Maybe they saw Alicia's grenade launcher. That's probably cause to get the heck out of there. So they had the numbers, but Alicia had the artillery. Walking Dead Nerd thinks we'll get a Mel backstory. Possibility. If he makes it. If he doesn't make it, we're not getting anything. All right. Fluff agrees. So maybe I judged him a little bit too quickly. That's probably what Mel sees is, and remember, Strand's got the grenades too. So the vultures are, you know, they're out, they're trading gunfire, hiding behind everything, and they get to see Alicia and Strand with the real heavy artillery. Alicia's got the grenade launcher, Strand has the grenades. Exactly. That's Epic Vids and I were, he was typing it and super chatting it at the same time I was sort of reminiscing and kind of piecing it together. So if you guys agree with that, Epic Vids, they retreat because of Alicia's grenade launcher and the grenades that Strand has. They see, whoa, they're about to blow this whole place up. Let's get out of here. And then that's why one of the vultures would look to Mel and say, I thought you said we could take them. Well, Mel's like, I was wrong. I didn't know they had all of this. So that makes sense now that they went to get the other artillery so they could be prepared for the shootout. Okay, I got that. All right, good writing, good story, came completely full circle. So let's piece together the last couple details that we have. Also, good point, Epic Vids. Althea has a tank with machine guns too. So they're short in numbers, but where is Althea? Is she on board 100%? Is she actively engaged in helping the group out, or is she filming? I still can't get a beat on her either. Like Naomi, I can't figure out because she never says anything honest. Althea is just a little bit mysterious to me. So a lot of people say she's not even in the fight. She just wants to film everything. All right, so back to the picture that I specifically chose for this segment. What on those tapes has Althea so worried? Or has she been filming? I'm going to give you one of two options because this could be a possibility too. This is either after they've already gotten away and she sees something that maybe is bothering her, or that's all going on in the background and she's going to be like, screw it, I can't film. I got to go help them out. So is she filming and the battle's going on and she stops and she jumps in there to help them, or does she actually have something that we're going to have to see the tapes that is of importance? She's bad news. I see what you did there. Mel says she exposes someone. One of the vultures? I just can't get a full understanding of her character. I mean, I like her character, and I like that I don't fully know what she's going to do next. She exposes the CDC. Going back to Atlanta. I'm just wondering, Fluff says she has something, why else would she be so concerned? I'm just almost thinking, that could be a moment where it's like, oh, let me get this shot, let me get this shot. And she sees maybe they're in a little trouble, and she has that pause where, let me go help. I got the tank. So that could be it, or hold on. Did she film something and she just discovered something? Maybe Madison was tied up in the back of one, something like that. Is that a possibility? Maybe she was just watching the tape and, where you watch it, it's like, you rewind it and you watch it and it says, that little sound that it makes. It's like a sound effect. You know what I'm talking about, though. It's not really what it sounds like, but all movies use the same sound effect when they're rewinding something, like a cassette or a VHS or something. I guess since it's digital, it won't make that sound, but you get where I'm coming from. No, I don't have a VHS. I know it's going to be a follow-up question. It's Freestyle Friday. You might get sound effects on a Freestyle Friday. It's a possibility. I think she's involved in a bigger group. I can't do the sound effect again. If I'm thinking about it, trying to do it, I can't do it. I'd have to just like randomly try it. Oh, there has to be. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Mel. See, I think we're on the same page with that. Rewatch something missed in a tape earlier, or someone. You know, and maybe it was one of the vultures, like, wait a minute. Or maybe it was somebody she interviewed before and now she puts tape back in. It's like, that's where I know that person from. It's going to be an interesting story to go down with her. And I think I mentioned on last night's stream, I was reading some interview with Maggie Grace, and they were trying to get information out of her about her character. And they said, will we find out, you know, how she got the tank? And she said, yes. And so there's a lot more to come with her. And she said, just when you think that you know what she's going to do, she changes. So it seems like a very interesting character. And let me see. I got a couple more notes here. The Morgan, Naomi, John scene looks like it's going to play out as we would think. Naomi is going to run over to try to get something out of the ambulance. The ambulance blows up. John is still dying. John is still bleeding. So Morgan, more than likely, is going to step in. They're going to need Althea. Like, we got to get this man some help. Naomi has some stuff stashed somewhere. She knows where it is. And I would say it's more likely than not that Morgan, John, Naomi, Althea end up trying to save John. But that still leaves a little bit of the question, and this is not confirmed, it's just something I think. Because Charlie ends up with them as well. So Morgan saves Charlie from someone. I think it would be cool if it was Luciana. I mean, that's just a bold prediction I made. That could be wrong. Maybe Morgan saved her from the gunfire. You know, the gunfire was going back and forth, and she could have been hit by it, and Morgan just helped her out. Let's see. So we covered Charlie, Luciana, the radio scene. John is not going to die. We didn't think John was going to die either. And we're at about 33 minutes, and this is our Friday, so we're going to wind it down. I got one more big question, and it's probably not going to be answered this week. But I want your absolute best, and this will be a permanent part of this video, so make it count. Where and what is going on with Madison? Dead? Captive? Naomi knows where she is. What is going on with Madison? I need your best thought, your best prediction put in this video, and then we will reconvene Sunday morning at noon will be our what-if scenario. It's going to be a pretty good what-if scenario too, so you're going to want to be a part of that. If Daniel shows up on the tapes, Althea's not going to have that look because she doesn't know who Daniel is. Fluff says captive and Naomi knows. Mel Vulture says not dead, helping someone she's not supposed to. Laying in the blue bonnet field with her son. Looking for Nick to show her respects. She's playing Mel. James Kelly says she turned into a vulture. She's at FEMA. 1189 Paris is missing in action. Yeah, they're going to leave us hanging. Chris C. says Madison's helping Naomi get back her daughter from the Maine vultures. Ooh, bigger group. Bigger group, bigger villains. These are the baby vultures. Maggie B says dead. Explanation for Nick and Alicia's rage toward Enos and Naomi. I did not see the clips, but people have told me there were pictures of Morgan and Madison. And I did not see those. I did not see the film. So I don't want to go on record and say that I know that that's what happened. But it was more than one person. It was multiple people that said they saw it and they thought it was in the second half of filming. And if that's the case, Madison is still around. Jimmy's Jammin' is a big Madison fan. You said you had the action figure, right? Look, I got to be honest with you guys. I've enjoyed not having Madison's story over the last few weeks. I like, you know, that she kind of pops in here or there, and they're not telling the story through Madison. Let's not make that mistake. Absolutely. And once again, thank you so much, Mel Vulture. I appreciate the first super chat and the second super chat. And says, since it's permanent part of the video, have a good weekend, Kills and crew. And I could not have said that any better. So if you guys could do me a favor, send Mel a special thank you, because that's above and beyond. Appreciate his contribution to the channel, and not just from a monetary standpoint, but also creating the chat, making it lively, getting involved with it. Definitely appreciate that. So if you guys could give Mel a shout out as well, and then do me one more favor after that. Give me a quick 999, because I want to shout out everybody else in the stream. You guys are just absolutely the best group of people to hang out with and do these live streams with. I would not rather do anything else. I will take tomorrow off, though, by the way, and we will be back Sunday. Saturday is my one day, and then after Sunday, it's going to be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're going to be kicking it in full gear. So thanks, everybody. Let me get to the super chats, and thank you guys. Appreciate all the super chatters. Now the Patreons, thank you for everything that you guys do. The sponsors, Michelle M., Walking Dead Nerd, Jason Mix Daily, Pete D., Wilson. Can't be at everyone, but most people are watching the playbacks. Of course, the moderators, Emmy, Steph, Tommy, Kells. Emmy's not here tonight. You may have noticed. It is family night for Emmy, so she's watching solo. And we'll quiz her on that when she comes back. And then everybody else in this stream, if you guys could do me a favor, hit the like button. Mail that like button. Rocket launch it. Alicia looks intense this week. I'm going to tell you that. That look on her face. She's rugged. She's got the rocket launcher, and she might be the next Abraham. So thank you so much, Sam B. Epic Vids 8. Thank you so much, Tommy V, Maria Favada, Deborah Mooney, Tanya Dockstader, Cammie, Tegan, Gina Crockett, Jake from State Farm at 3 a.m., DDA Ohio, the Cat Nat, eBeach 72, Fluff, Mel Doesn't Die, just like Morgan. You know what? I'm going to trust you. I'm going to say he makes it somehow. I don't know how, because if he has just enough time. But if the thing is in flames and he can kind of roll out, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That could be a possibility. Russell S., what's going on? Mitch True. Who else we got? Nether Fox, Diane Estes. Thank you so much. James Kelly, Bumblebee Brown, B Squared, B Loves 909 and The Walking Dead, Master Colby, Dawn of the Frank. Villar, thank you so much. Appreciate you. And as promised, I'm going to need you next Thursday when we get back to Game of Thrones. You know what? Since it is Freestyle Friday and we're just kind of being honest, this is why I need Villar in these streams. And maybe someone corrected me why I was doing it, but I did see someone corrected it in the playback. Is we were talking about decapitation, and I said that Robert Baratheon got his head cut off, and it was Ned Stark. And I know that, so look, I only saw it once, but it was just one of those things. It was the heat of the moment, and I made an epic, epic error. And I don't know if somebody called it at the time I said it, but if you did, I didn't see it. At least someone kind of posted on the video last night, but just so you guys know. We might have been so involved in something else. Jimmy's Jammin' says Madison lives. So we gave 3 or 4 predictions of what she could do. So as we're leaving, exiting the stage, one last super chat answer. Y or N? Yes or no, Madison is still alive. I just want to see 70, 80, 90% of the group thinks that Madison is still there. This one's for you, Jimmy. DDA Ohio says yes. I think we get a lot of yeses with this. E-Beach says no. Maggie B says no. Remember your answer to this, yes or no, because in a couple of weeks, we're going to revisit it and just kind of see who's right and who's wrong. Cammie says no. Gone. So we got 4 or 5 that are saying no. A good portion of the group is saying yes. I'm going to say yes. I think Madison is alive because I thought she died in the ambulance. And now that the ambulance was someone else, I got to say that they're saving her. She's going to make some epic comeback. She could come out to some LL Cool J, right? Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. Madison is going to bring the vultures to tears. Something like that. All right. We went totally freestyle there. Thanks, everybody. I missed a few shout-outs. If you guys could do me a favor, once this video goes live, make sure you leave comments and join us Sunday morning. And this is a little taste of what you might get on one of the Random Things broadcasts if you guys don't join us on Tuesday. I'll talk to you all soon. Have a great night, everybody. Peace.